Before we begin, go ahead and subscribe and click on that bell.
Yeah.
Let's go. This is Ask John and April. We take your comments and your questions and we respond to them here. And we have a few from our episode 12, which was Forgive and Forget.
So from Ty, he said, forgiveness can happen in a moment, but forgetting can only happen as trust is rebuilt, which takes time and track record.
Wow, that's true.
That is very true.
Yeah. Excellent point, Ty.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Akua says, forgiveness to me is when I see the person and I have no negative emotional response.
Wow.
That's a good one. Okay, and then our last one is Kelly. She says, forgive always, forget never.
You may want to think about that one, Kelly.
No, but I get it. You know,
I get it too, but I mean...
It's hard to forget, though.
Thanks for your comments, guys. So the question that we got came from Derek and Tina. Here's what they say. What do you do when a person is wronged and the other person apologizes, but the wronged person does not think the apology is sincere? That's a very good question.
Yes, we've had that happen before.
That's happened to us
Many times.
regularly. Yeah. So the first thing I would say is, Derek, I would ask you, who is this apology for? Is the apology for the person giving the apology, or is the apology for the person receiving the apology?
Yeah. So if it's for the person who is giving it, then it doesn't really matter. But if it's for the person who's receiving it, which it usually is for,
Exactly.
I would say you got to make sure that you're actually sincere when you apologize.
Yes.
You know, that when you say that you're sorry, you really mean it.
Yes.
And there are times I know that you've apologized to me and you say you're sincere, but I'm like, it doesn't feel that way.
Right. The person you're apologizing to has to feel like you're actually sincere. So if it's really for them, you have to convince them that you really meant it. So even if you did mean it and you didn't do it well, then you have to figure out a way to convince them.
You need to make sure that... Why are you looking like that? I can't even talk when you're looking at me like that, because it looks like you're like, no, you're not. You're not just looking, just like the sincere
brother.
apology.
Okay.
You're not just looking at me like that.
Okay.
If the apology is too soon, if
Yeah.
it's before the person has really expressed
Right.
what happened and how they feel,
Yeah.
then it's going to be less effective.
Yeah. So there are times when I think I apologize to my wife before she's really finished telling me everything that she's upset about. And when that happens,
goodness.
I think that makes her feel like I was only apologizing to shut her up.
Exactly.
And so oftentimes I have to wait until she's really finished, until she really gets it all out, wait until she's done, like really feeling like she was heard, and then I can apologize. So even if I was sincere, sometimes she's not ready to hear my apology. So I think all that's important. The point is, who's the apology for? If it's just for me, then who cares?
Yeah.
If it's for your spouse, you gotta find a way to convince them that you really meant it.
I want you to listen to me like I'm talking to you, not waiting for your next turn, because that's the way you're looking.
Okay.
You're looking like... Also, I feel like the facial expressions, your
Yeah.
gestures,
Yeah.
kind of like your attitude when you're
Yes.
saying it,
Yes.
that can kind of let your significant other know whether or not you're being sincere or not.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna, apologize and be like, sorry,
Right.
not I'm sorry.
Right. That's true.
For.
Right.
I always tell my kids, you have to say I'm sorry for what it is that you're sorry for.
Right.
Just saying I'm sorry could be for raising my voice
Right.
earlier.
Right.
That's not what I need an apology for.
Right. I didn't like
need-
what you said.
Exactly.
It wasn't just because you raised your voice.
Right. I'm sorry because I hurt your feelings when
Right.
I said
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Then just keep it in your mind and wait.
Why, that's what I'm doing.
No, you're
I'm
not.
keeping it in my mind and waiting. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. I believe that making the statement with the apology
Yes.
as to why you're sorry
Yes.
is a good way of apologizing sincerely.
I also think it's a good idea that you just ask your spouse, what is it about what I'm doing that makes you think it's not sincere? And by the way, she or he may not be ready to answer that at the moment that they're so upset with you. You may have to ask them later.
So that next time when you apologize, you don't do those things.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. So it's
Yeah.
possible that even though you really meant it,
You're looking at me like, what are you talking about?
I'm not looking at
You
exactly
are.
what you're talking
Yes, you
about.
are.
I'm looking at you like,
I really want to talk.
no, I'm looking at you like, when should I come in with what I'm going to say? I don't want to cut you off. So I'm making sure you're finished. I think you're saying good stuff. Maybe you're not really good with your facial expressions, or maybe you're not really good with your tone. Maybe you just have a sarcasm to you or a sarcastic sort of thing in your voice that isn't good when you're apologizing. You have to figure out a way. So the point is, if your spouse tells you what it is about what you said that made them feel like it wasn't sincere, then you should just work on that. I think it's important that you not just be sincere, but that you seem sincere.
Yeah.
That person needs to be the one to accept the apology. If it's for them, you need to make sure that they understand that you really meant it.
Exactly. You were looking at me like, okay.
Sorry. That's not how I meant to look at you. Anyway, hope that helps. See you later.
Bye.
So anyway, I need to apologize to my wife now. Sorry, babe.
Babe, it's okay.
That didn't seem like a sincere acceptance of
Accepting
my apology.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell to be notified about our next episode.
See you next time.
Bye.